Let's go. Once again, it's Monday. It's Mike Seville. I'm in the place to be. Monday night, almost 9 o'clock, 5 minutes early. Someone once told me if you're 5 minutes earlier, then that means that you're on time. And I'm prepared. I'm ready to go. This is not gonna be a long show. So if you all are checking in, I'm not going to be long. Pause. I just got this comment, and it's crazy. I don't know how it came in, but shouts out to my brother Lou. He says, to a good show, my brother. Will listen in before calling it on. Got to be up at 3:45. Lou has always been an early riser. That's Lou, one of West Palm Beach's finest. Also has, he also teaches gun safety classes and gun courses. So if you all ever want to actually understand it, not just go to some course that's half baked, check out Lou at Protecting Palm Beach. That's on YouTube, but he's Lou Moroto on Facebook, and Palm Beach Protection Group on Instagram. Check him out. Check out his courses. A lot of us need to be looking about getting our gun license. So check him out in any event. That's my brother. Been known for 10 years. And it's interesting that he checked in on this show, and this show being about discipline, because he's probably one of the most disciplined people I know. So shouts out to Lou. I appreciate his service. Everything, Marine, West Palm Beach's finest, protection servant. Definitely appreciate his service. And also has the classes. So check him out. Check Lou Moroto out on Facebook. And Lou, if you want to put your information here, in case I got it wrong, so people can find you. 1000%. And thanks for checking in as always. People, like I said, it's Monday. I don't know if I'm motivational, Mike. I don't know how much I motivate people, but I'm going to lay down the facts. And this is one of the things that I kind of shine in, discipline. I'm going to attempt one of the things I was thinking about last night was about becoming self-righteous. I don't want to be self-righteous. We all have our struggles, and things happen, emotions, feelings, all these different things accumulate to kind of mess up our discipline. And I wanted to start the show off with this. I think I just ran right past the real estate part, but it is what it is. This quote, and you can see it scrolling at the bottom. I'll leave it scrolling for the rest of the show. This is by Jim Rohn, and it says the difference between dreams and reality is called discipline. The difference between dreams and reality is called discipline. I want you to go back a couple of shows back when we were talking about focus. Last week was about accountability. This is the self-discipline that we need. But in order for you to actually be disciplined, you need to get clear on your focus. So if you get a chance, go back and watch this two shows ago. This is going to help with your discipline. Okay, so check out the quote, difference between dreams, and we're talking about discipline because discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline is going to allow you to find those times. Most of us will say when we're not disciplined, or sometimes even when you are disciplined, like there's not enough time in the day. There's not enough days in the week. There's not enough weeks in the year, weeks in the month, so on and so forth. It almost seems as if we're running out one of the most finite things that we ever have, and that's time. There's only two things that are finite, resources that we have that are finite. That's time and energy daily, right? Because we only have those 24 hours. We only have those, the 7 days, etc. And we're trying to fit those of us who are looking to accomplish something, those of us that have goals, lofty goals, etc. We're always attempting to find more time. We want more time. We need more time for learning. We need more time for implementation. We just need more time. If we can just get more time, but we can't, right? So the only way that we logically can figure out a way to get the time is that we have to find it. We have to find it. And so before we and I've given before my schedule, and I'll go over it briefly now. If you want like a copy of what exactly it is that I do on a daily basis, definitely Monday through Friday, and even the Saturdays and Sundays, in order to find the time, text me or put it in the comments, and I can send that over to you. Just like Lou spoke about earlier, at 3:45, I was getting up at 3:30. I actually pushed it back to 3:15. I'm at 3:15 now. It gives me an extra 15 minutes. The gym, the guy who opens the gym is starting to open it up at 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock. I heard it was going to 24 hours, so that's going to be interesting for me. But he's doing it at 4:30. So the extra 15 minutes is paramount. It just gives me that extra time. I have to find the time because my mornings are so scheduled out. And so we get into quickly in regards to the morning schedule. I want you all to find the time, right? To get certain things done. And the times that you are most effective is when you can focus. The later it gets in the day, two things happen. More people are vying for your attention because they're up, they're moving, they're vying for your attention, whether that's spouse, whether that's children, whether that's friends, whether that's your job, like whatever it is, people are vying for your attention the later it gets on in the day, right? The second thing that happens that also affects your time is your effectiveness with the time. So like I spoke before, you only have a finite amount of energy. People by 4 or 5 o'clock, like I'm spent. Because my mentally, well, not more so physically, but mentally I'm spent. Because I'm very disciplined during my day, and I'm intentional about what it is that I want and what I want to get done. And the things that I'm doing, I'm operating on the highest level that I can operate at. So if you're doing this throughout the entire day and you're getting up at a certain time, by 5 o'clock you're spent. But here's the great thing about it. Because I get up so early, the majority of the things that I need to do or need to have done, they're done by 10 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, really it's 12 o'clock. Because I do my prospecting. So I'll give it to 12 o'clock. But anything else that needs to be done is just, I can get all that done before most people are even get going. By 9 o'clock, by 8 o'clock, let me say 8 o'clock, because I get on the phones at 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, I have so many things that I've already done, right? So I want you all to pay attention. So let's go over the morning schedule. And when I talk about the morning schedule, it actually starts the night before. And next week we'll talk about sacrifice. I sacrifice my nights like it's definitely Monday night because I should be wrapping it up right now. And if you all have any questions, please put it in the chat. I will answer you. Shouts out to you guys that are checking in. So the night before is when it begins. The night before. So it's like nutritionally, what are you putting in your body the night before? If you're going to have a night of ice cream and potato chips or whatever case may be, you're really going to want to push that snooze button, which I get into because don't push the snooze button. But check out what's going on with your nutrition. Find out what works for you. Find out what works for you the night before, whether it's a shake, whether it's some type of, for a long time we were doing, I followed the anabolic diet, and the guy, Corey G, talks about bananas and peanut butter. That was a staple in my diet at one point in time, the night before, because of the glucose and you having it when you get up in the morning, you are extra energized. Those of you who know me know that I do not eat until about 1 o'clock on Monday through Friday. I try not to eat until 1 o'clock. After 1 o'clock, sometimes 12, just depending on how much energy I exerted. I'm up at 3:15, 3:15 to 3:30. At this point in time, I'm reading the Bible. I call this self-time. And some people call it like the God hours, the time between 3 and 5 o'clock, between 3 and 5 o'clock. Try doing it. And here's a trick that I learned. So I'm just going to give you one quick trick is that I get up, I read the Bible, 15 minutes. I try to get at least 2 chapters in. And then I jump up and I get a drink of water, lemon water, hot. I've been making it hot for the past couple of years. And I put, lemons. I do key limes, not lemons, limes. And I put it in the water. And if I still feel tired, because sometimes you can be exhausted, you can go back to bed. Now, I don't think that's happened for a really, really long time. I mean, like years, where I'm just like, oh, I'm going back to bed after I have that water with the lime, because it for whatever it does, it wakes me up. Of course, you want to get moving. I go to the gym. A lot of you can just take a walk around the block. Don't open any emails. I'm working on that. Don't answer text messages. I'm working on that. And just really just using that 4 to 5, 4 to 6, whatever time that is for you, and then at 7 o'clock, you can start preparing your mind for whatever your day is going to be like. But the thing is like you're awake. So if you're going into work at 8 o'clock, you're not dragging, you're not going to the car. You're like jumping right into what it is that you have to do. For me, it's prospecting. So I jump right into prospect. Like I'm up. And if you check any of my prospecting groups out, I'm just like, I'm just ready to go. And so we do a lot of affirmations. We have some discussions. Of course, I talk about role play. I mean, this is just what I'm doing. And then we get right into it. So this is just the discipline needed. And here's the thing, especially with discipline, is that not only are you going to find the time with the discipline, also what discipline is going to do for you is it just frees you up, right? It frees you up, and you don't have to be disciplined for extended periods of time. For me, I need to be disciplined from, obviously waking up, the morning schedule, whatever. But when it comes to actually doing work, progressive work, getting better at whatever it is, owning my craft, becoming a master of your craft, because that's what this entire segment is about. It's about becoming a master of your craft. If you have intense focus and discipline for 4 hours a day, that's it. 4 to 6 hours. I'm not counting your self time. Your self time, you should do that anyway. This is just to re-energize, to get yourself focused. But if you have 4 to 6 hours of discipline a day, you do it over extended period of time, like for a year, for 3 months, 3, 6, 9 months, you can't imagine where your life would be financially, spiritually, physically, mentally. You will be operating at your peak level and going into mastering this craft, but you need that discipline for 4 to 6 hours. Humans, we crave discipline, we crave habits, we crave a schedule. And if you don't know what your habits or your schedule is, then you're not being intentional with it. And like, this is not coming from a self-righteous position, because I can work a little bit harder. Here's one thing. I shouldn't be on social media, like actually consuming it during this time between 4 and 8. But I was taking off for about 15, 20 minutes earlier this morning, just like most people. You know what I mean? And we have to pay attention to those different things. We need to pay attention to what exactly is getting off our focus, what takes us away from being disciplined. And I'm telling you, people, I started this prospecting in October, and from October, Beethoven was telling me I should document. I'm documenting it. So if you listen to me in October versus listening to me now, it's a totally different person. Totally different. Just getting better each and every day. I told you guys I wasn't going to hold you, and I'm not. So we're coming up on 15 minutes. Go back and watch the show if you're getting to it now. Give me a shout out if you can. I'll definitely shout you out. I do want to talk about a couple of shows that we have going on. This is the last Monday of the year. This time is flying. The quarter is over. Last Monday of the year. Every Monday, I'm here at about 9 o'clock. Wednesdays at 12:30. Please check out Joel. It starts with me. He's interviewing some excellent people. Of course, Friday is Community Beacon. I believe this week's topic is the first. Oh man, is that going to be April Fool's? I think Friday is April Fool's. Let me check my calendar. But the topic that we'll be discussing this month is going to focus on our younger selves, things that we would tell our younger selves. Joel and I both have families, both have kids. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we do in order to, you know, like to have allow them to stand on our shoulders. I wouldn't call us, yeah, I'm calling us giants. They can stand on the shoulders of giants. So that's going to be interesting. So this week is going to, I mean, this month is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Man, I've already started taking notes about what I would tell my younger self about. And so I'm excited to share that with you guys. Let me see what Lou's saying. Discipline will make you get up every day to complete your daily tasks. Let's go. Let's get it. Amen, Lou. Let's get it, man. Every day. You can set a watch to Lou. You can set a watch to myself. We're up. We're up and we're getting it going. People. I think that's it. I love you guys. I love you guys for checking in. Shouts out to Lou Moroto. Lou, like I said, put your information in the chat or somewhere or in the messages so that people can figure out, you know, how to get in contact with you, especially when it comes to those different gun and safety classes, getting their concealed weapon license, etc. Here in Palm Beach County, come check him out if you want it. If you want to learn, you want to, you know, get it done right. Get it done right. Or a refresher course. Though, you know, a lot of you aren't getting out to the range as much as you need to be. Good out with Lou. Learn how to do it right. Learn how to do it right. People, that's it. I'm up at 3:15. I love you guys. Catch you Friday. Peace.